What secret did a dying person confess to you that changed everything? I was a hospice volunteer for 5 years, but it was a quiet 80-year-old woman named Eleanor who shattered my view of the world. She was my favorite patient, frail, with kind eyes. She rarely had visitors and spent her days reading old paperback novels. I'd read to her, bring her tea, and listen to her talk about her simple life as a librarian. She said she'd never married and had no children. The day before she passed, she grabbed my hand with surprising strength. Her voice was a dry whisper. In my nightstand, there's a key. It's for a safe deposit box at the downtown bank, box 312. I asked what was in it, thinking it was maybe some old photos or a family heirloom she wanted me to have. She looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Justice." Then she closed her eyes and didn't speak again. After she passed, I debated what to do. It felt like a massive invasion of privacy, but her word, justice, echoed in my head. I found the key, and after a week of wrestling with my conscience, I went to the bank. The banker led me to a small private room. When I opened the box, it wasn't full of jewelry or money. It was full of evidence. Dozens of meticulously organized folders containing newspaper clippings, police reports, and photographs. It was all related to a series of unsolved child disappearances from the 1970s, cases that had gone cold decades ago. Eleanor had been the lead librarian at the city's main branch back then. She'd noticed a pattern. The children who vanished all frequented the same library on the same days. They were all checking out the same types of books. She had reported her suspicions to the police, but they dismissed her as a paranoid librarian. So she started her own investigation. She had documented the name of every person who was in the library on those days, cross-referencing it with library records. At the bottom of the box was a single sealed envelope with my name on it. Inside was a letter and a final folder. The letter explained that the man responsible was another librarian, a charming man who everyone loved. He'd retired 20 years ago and was now a celebrated community volunteer. His name was Mr. Abernathy, the same man who funded the hospice wing she was dying in. He had used his position to lure the children. The final folder contained a small taped-up bag with a single strand of hair she had found in a book he'd returned, and a detailed map marking a remote location in the state forest. I sat in that room, my hands shaking, realizing this quiet, gentle woman had spent 40 years holding on to a secret that could tear our town apart. I walked out of that bank and drove straight to the state police headquarters with the box. Mr. Abernathy was arrested the next day. The news called it a miracle breakthrough in a cold case. But I knew the truth. It wasn't a miracle. It was the lifelong, silent work of a librarian who never gave up on finding justice for the children nobody else would fight for.